Okay, my gory story, it's kind of, it's not really gory, but it introduced me to the insides of my body, which I was not expecting to look like meat. I thought it would just be blood and stuff like that, but it actually does look like bulging red flesh. Okay, the way this happened, okay. There is a group in Sydney called the Tunnel Rats, okay? And if you didn't know, Sydney siders might know, there is a massive, there is like a what's the word? Jeez, my vocabulary is sucking at the moment. But pretty much there's like a maze of tunnels under Sydney, okay? And they're not just sewers, they can be used as sewers, but there's also just a shitload of mazes where you can explore. Some of them were even built by convicts. There's places you can go that have sandstone blocks from the first kind of sewer pipes built by the convicts. It's quite interesting. Now, when I was living in Greenwich, I had a mate that was a member of the Tunnel Rats, and he used to go down absolutely anywhere, you know. He'd done all of Sydney, but he went all around Australia to go into the drains and explore. Caves included, construction sites, you know, huge bridges, anything that was different and exciting. And he really intrigued me and inspired me to try and have a go for myself. That I regret. Now you see, you know those manhole covers, the round ones? Okay, there's some of them around Sydney, but then we've got these big bastards, okay? They're like a metre square, and they weigh like 90, 100 kilos. I'm not joking, they are fucking huge. They're big square things, okay? So I was trying to access one of these tunnels so I could have a little explore for myself on the Sydney Underground. And I lifted up this thing and then, you know, started to climb down and realised that the manhole cover that I had taken off was in the middle of the road and it was too heavy for me to be able to put back on top, so the cars couldn't get past. So I decided to abandon that idea and put the cover back on. Now I was able to kind of tip it over and flip it, but it was not aligned into the, you know, groove. So I grabbed the grates, okay, from underneath and just shifted them to one side. Now there's a little ledge that this grate rests on, and my finger got jammed in between the little ledge and the grate. You know, if I hadn't pulled it out straight away, I don't know if it would have been severed or what. But I looked at my finger. I mean, I don't know if you can even see that. See, this finger slightly bulges. You can't see it. It's too difficult. But anyway, I looked at it and I thought, fucking hell, what have I done? And it was so disgusting. There was two people with me. One of them fainted and the other one vomited. So, I mean, despite the fact it's only a fingertip severing almost story, an almost severing of a fingertip story, yeah, I was able to affect two people. You know, they, you know, some neighbours came out and called the ambulance and stuff. Ambulance took too long, so they ended up driving me to the hospital. But, man, it was great. I was in the accident and emergency, and, you know, everyone's there looking a bit sickly and blah, blah, blah. But I had this mad wound, and, you know, unfortunately I didn't, you know, burst or, you know, sever an artery. But, I mean, it was still kind of bleeding pretty intensely, and every once in a while I'd take the little bandage off that I'd put on. I think it was a t-shirt or something, and I'd have a look at it, and I was just really interested in looking at, you know, what was inside a human, and it was just meat. It was like, it was bulging, like my fingertip expanded by at least 100%. It you know, it was just a big slice with meat bulging out of it, and it was filthy. And you know, they gave me a couple of drugs, nothing worthwhile, nothing to take the pain away. But that I wasn't able to be operated on because I had eaten a few like little lollies that day, and apparently when they put you under general anesthetic, you can't have eaten because people throw up and, you know, choke on their own vomit, etc. So I had to stay at the hospital. They gave me my own bed and told me, "Yep, we'll be coming to get you in the middle of the night." Now, look, I mean, you know, you might call me a sicko or a weirdo, but I loved it. I thought, you know, you've seen that Monty Python sketch in The Meaning of Life, the one where they're pushing the pregnant woman through the doors? It was just like that, okay? This guy came, grabbed my bed, wheeled me out, was pushing me through the doors. I was actually laughing, okay? I was looking forward to the experience, okay? And, you know, they wheeled me into the place, and, you know, I started chatting to the doctors and blah, 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 and they gave me the gas mask and stuff. I actually really enjoy operations. If I don't think there's a serious risk to my health, like I'm going to die or something, like, you know, like transplant, if I know it's a petty thing and it's not going to affect my life, then I quite enjoy it, and I had a great time. And then when I woke up at about 4 a.m., I decided I'd discharge myself from the hospital because, you know, what's the point of sticking around? They'd stitched me up, they'd bandaged it. I mean, what am I going to lie around in an uncomfortable hospital bed for? So, against the doctor's wishes, I signed myself out of a hospital for about the 8th time. They have to sign a form and everything saying you're leaving without the consent of the doctors or nurses. But, and then I went home, slept for a few hours, and went straight to school the next day where I was working. And that was a great experience because I got to gross all the kids out. Like this bandage, you know, it was kind of shoddily applied. I was able to kind of, you know, pull it on and off and stuff. And, you know, I was just showing a couple of the kids, and they were fucking grossed out. It looked sickly. It was disgusting. But, you know, that was just a stitching story. While I'm at it, I'll show you my little burn. I don't know if you can see it. It's faded a lot, which is disappointing because I burnt it on a stove element. It was really big at the time. Like, see, it goes from there all the way up to there. You know those electric stove elements? Very painful. I'm just lucky that I was on so many drugs at the time that the next day I didn't even remember it. I looked at it and I was like, fuck, that's disgusting. What the hell happened? A week later, oh god, it was horrible. Anyway, I don't think I even went to the doctor. No, I didn't go to the doctor because of it. I mean, it didn't get infected, so I didn't go. It healed up well. So that's a couple of gory stories. I really want to hear some more, especially, you know, med students, medical doctors, anyone that has an interesting story. I would love for you to, you know, share it with me because gory stories are great. That's about it. I'll try and think of some more, but for the time being, that's all I got. See you later.